let's go into kind of like the main meat, but it won't be too long. I'll only go through a few, which is movie marketing campaigns. So you go through. I work in movie marketing, and you go through a lot of modern day movie marketing campaigns, and they're all the same. There's trailers and posters, and that's kind of it. And they're just trying to put as many impressions in front of eyes. You're just trying to get as many eyes to see a title of a film. It's just trying to get into the grain to the front of the mind. But sometimes when a budget isn't that high and you can't afford a billboard, they have to find creative ways. And those are often the times where these amazing budgets or these amazing campaigns are created. So I've got a few campaigns here that I just want to run you through, just to show you the different sort of showcases. But like one from this year that is on that echelon of having a huge budget is Barbie, which is awesome. Yep. And that was all down to partnerships. They had the partnership with Google that was all across YouTube and all the Google phones and everything like that, down to the partnership with Airbnb, where they did the full Barbie house, right? The Barbie dream house in LA, which is nuts. Which is crazy. That shows like something out of the box that you can do when you have a huge budget. Same with Deadpool, where it's 20th Century Fox, so they did all the parody DVD cases of all 20th Century Fox popular films, but put Deadpool in it. So you could buy a Predator 4K DVD, and it's instead of Arnie, it's Deadpool, but you're still watching Predator. I think like that sort of thing, awesome. But that's if you've got a huge budget. Not everyone can do that. So I'm just going to, the first one is going to be the obvious one. When you think of the best movie marketing campaign, there's only one title that comes to all mind. It is the Blair Witch. So I'll go through the Blair Witch Project because this film had $60,000. That's all it had against it. That includes advertising, and that wasn't much. But what made this campaign so impactful was that in 1999, this was before the world of virality. This like where nothing goes viral online. But this took the internet space by storm. So the Blair Witch Project tells the tale of an urban legend known as the Blair Witch, taking place in the woods outside of a remote town. So 3 student filmmakers set out on a project to capture footage and prove the truth of the Blair Witch. However, the students go missing. Their recorded footage is found 10 minutes later, and that's supposedly what the film is that people go to see. So the main tactic of this campaign was to establish uncertainty among public. Was this real footage? Were the people actually missing? Was this all real? Or was it just a scam? So the Blair Witch team started their campaign, which is, again, they had this entire thing, 60 grand, including all production, all cast fees, and all advertising. They had nothing. Started by spreading rumors about student filmmakers. They had missing person leaflets made that they put across all towns in America. They faked police reports. They even had fake news stories written up by small local papers about the missing persons of their whereabouts. This all was just to start word of mouth, which back then was insanely important. Nowadays, word of mouth is either extremely easy or extremely hard. It would depend on the situation. But they made a website, which nowadays that seems like nothing, but this is 1999 where that doesn't happen. But they made a website and it was made to look like the students made it. So it was a very student-made look. It was used to go into detail about the myth of the Blair Witch, giving more detail about who these filmmakers are. The most important thing here is that they didn't tell anyone to go see the movie. This was all about just creating a background of the Blair Witch. So the marketing team went to online message boards and chat rooms and redirected people to that website. They even manipulated the IMDb records. So if you look up actors on the site, their bio information of them was saying missing or presumed dead. They then released a trailer.
I did not know that part.
Yeah. They then released a trailer, and it was simple. What's important here is that they didn't post this through any mainstream media outlet. They wanted the audience to kind of stumble upon it. So additionally, through a partnership with an American sci-fi channel, a mini documentary was made on the Blair Witch, just again to create this psychosis that maybe this is real. So the marketing team wanted the myth of the Blair Witch to be sold instead of actually selling the film. That's what made this campaign brilliant. They even put the actors into a hotel until the premiere, so none of them were seen.
Crazy.
They went into solitude for months. So the curiosity of the audience is what drove them to the cinema. and it all paid off, gaining $250 million box office. Huge. So grossing over 10,000 times what the film's original budget was. So I'd say that's a pretty big success. So that's one.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to another. We'll do a couple of these, and then we can move on to the draft, because the draft's going to be quite quick. Let's go to another found footage film, because I feel like found footage definitely does the good shit, which is Paranormal Activity. So the first Paranormal Activity franchise was released in 2007. Are you a big fan of the Paranormal Activity franchise, Ash?
Yeah, I think I've seen all of them.
Yeah, they're good fun. They're good fun.
Yeah.
This was made with $15,000. And it is now the most profitable film ever made when considering the amount put in, amount put out. People can be like, oh, but Avatar made this. Avatar 2 had to make over $2.5 billion to gain a profit. Like, it's insane.
Crazy.
So, yeah. So this production was conceived as an indie film, initially only filmed at film festivals. Then Paramount Pictures eventually acquired the rights to distribute it globally, but didn't have enough money behind it because there was, it wasn't a franchise, it wasn't anything. And in order to test if the audience was interested, they came up with this awesome idea: a website where people could vote on whether they wanted the film to be screened in their city or not. So this was not only to arouse by public interest, but also got them involved in the distribution process, ensuring great sales in the city for those that voted to watch the film. It certainly worked up build-up, word of mouth, etc., and it grossed $193 million worldwide. It was awesome. So they also had they created this website where it was like a little yellow box in the top right corner, and you go demand it, and you'd write in your city, and then if enough votes go to that city, then they show it there. Completely certifies the amount of ticket sales that are going to go in terms of distribution, so it eliminates any wastage of cost. But it also showed you a number of total votes, and it kept going up and kept going up. So the hype just kept going. So what's ingenious about this campaign is the notion of it's putting the power of the movie distribution into the hands of the viewer. So that's a very bottoms-up sort of thing to do, which is awesome idea. And it's a very old school sort of ground-well marketing campaign. A good one to call back to, Psycho. So Hitchcock hated how people watched movies. Because a lot of the times people would just stroll into a movie halfway through, sit down and watch the second half of the film. So Hitchcock made it mandatory for all attendees to not be allowed in after the movie had started. So he said that this story has to be told from the beginning. You can't miss any of it, and that drove massive demand in terms of people being like, oh, I wonder why. You have to go see it, and that's kind of what
Who
drove
want to watch a movie halfway through?
people back then, man, nuts. But it's that I think is a really, really cool idea. And then I got two more, but I'll just probably do one more. We'll see. Simpsons movie. Simpsons movie is awesome. Massive brand. So again, this is one of those ones that you have a lot of money. One of their main things is they turned 11 7-Eleven stores across America into Quickie Marts. That's awesome, right? They had products on shelves like Buzz Cola, Crostio cereal, and even Vanilla Squishy. So this cost $10 million. Then they also had Homer appear on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. They also did product tie-ins like Ben and Jerry's with Duff and Donuts, and they had Samsung's Simpsons phone theme, which is pretty damn good. But a cool thing that I loved about the Simpsons movie, they held a contest across America to see how many Springfields in the United States would be able to hold a premiere of the film. So the premiere was done in multiple different cities, just all named Springfield because your country is redundant. And it grossed over $500 million, so that was awesome. I think we should probably leave it there. I got one more. Can we squeeze in one more?
Oh, don't leave us on a cliffhanger.
All right, Cloverfield. So the marketing campaign behind Cloverfield. What do you think about Cloverfield first?
I love this movie.
Awesome.
I love it so much.
So the marketing campaign behind Cloverfield began in February 2007. As J.J. Abrams reportedly came up with the idea of the project while looking over Godzilla toys in Japan. Paramount silently greenlit the idea under that current title of Cloverfield, but the production of the name kind of changed multiple times. It went from Slusho, Cheese, Grey Shot. None of them worked. They stuck with Cloverfield. Cloverfield was also derived from the name of the exit Abrams took on his trip to work every morning. So the name of the exit that he turned off is just called Cloverfield, which is awesome. But Cloverfield's first teaser is one of the smartest ads in cinema history, I believe. It was attached to the first Transformers film, so you went and saw the first Transformers, you'd see this, and became more and more popular, even more iconic than the film itself, in my humble opinion. It's made up of handheld camera footage recorded separately from the content of the film. It documents a party in a New York apartment, and it interrupted sudden earthquake. The entire crowd rushes out, seeing a towering explosion. The city is thrown into chaos. People scream in the streets. Then a decapitated head of Statue of Liberty slides across the screen. The trailer ends. They see the date, January 18th, 2008, and no title. This created a massive, this clever lack of information left people all over the world speculating. Like, what is this? People said, is this like a work from H.P. Lovecraft? They had no idea. So the title was dropped with an ad attached to 2007's Beowulf. Countless theories. Again, yes, is this like a mysterious beast from Lovecraft? Other suggestions was that the studios were making another Americanized Godzilla. That's what I originally thought. But the hilarious incorrect assumption came from a misheard line in the trailer. So a terrified bystander exclaims in the trailer, goes, "I saw it, it's alive, it's huge." But some audience members thought they heard, "I saw it, it's a lion, it's huge." So there was this huge online rhetoric that thought that Paramount was making a Voltron movie, and this was a Voltron movie, and it wasn't. But the studio then made MySpace pages for every main character. The studio's official website was 1-18-2007.com, and it contained a handful of mysteries, stills from the film. There was also a mobile number where viewers could text and receive a ringtone of the monster's roar, and a phone background of the wrecked city. A fictional soft drink called Slusho was marketed occasionally alongside the film. I think that's probably... Is that right? I think I might have accidentally put that into... No, that is like Slusho, because that was what one of the original names was of... I thought I was thinking of Squishy.
Yeah, you're right.
A fictional soft drink called Slusho was marketed across the film because that was one of the proposed titles of the film. Fake website where regular email viewers see sonar feeds of the monster approaching Manhattan. Fans of ARGs were constantly trying to learn about this film. These online experiences kept audiences engaged throughout the film's production until it eventually was released, and it came through with a huge global revenue. That is...
I remember the MySpace thing.
Yeah.
I actually remember it. I was in high school when that was all happening, and I was heavily on MySpace. So that's, fun. I'm glad you ended on that one. That's a great marketing campaign.
Awesome. Yeah. So that's some of my favorites. I've got about 40 more, which I can go through in future episodes if you like. But yeah, I love movie marketing. I think when it's done well, it's fucking sick. But